Should I buy now or should I sell now? This is a question that many clients are asking me now. If you are on the same train, especially after spending most time watching the interest rate and knowing the sales transaction has been at all-time low since 2008. I will be showing you example of homes and exploring together how much home prices have come down. And along the way, to give you some of my perspective while actively helping clients in the real estate industry in Toronto. And see if this can answer your questions today. Welcome back to AV Team Real Estate channel. I'm Antonio, the local real estate agent in the GTA. If you have been enjoying the content every week, don't forget to like the video and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done it already. Recently, although the transaction counts are low, I have more inquiries than ever in the low season during winter. Normally, that would be the trend this time of year, but obviously last year and this year was the worst we've seen since the interest hike. This is one of the deals that I had recently. See if that could relate to you. This is an older couple that is closer to retirement. With some history, they end up purchasing a condo townhouse in a Dovercourt area during the peak season in 2022. I just want to clarify that I wasn't the agent who helped them purchase back then. If you forgot, the spring season of 2022 was just before the interest rate was announced. If you were a buyer at that time, you would have been encountering bidding wars left and right, and home prices just kept rising all the time. This is the list of all condo houses in the Dovercourt Wallace Emerson Junction. If you are familiar with the destination of the Toronto Real Estate Board, it is located in the West 02 area, a trending area that was recently gentrified. There were many pockets of area where projects of many stacked condo townhouses were completed, and many young professionals loved the idea of living in a condo townhouse environment since pets are way easier to manage and with the convenience of community parks in the vicinity. For this particular example, let me post some example of the newer condo townhouses in Dovercourt that were selling during the peak from January 2022 to March 2022. From the top of the list are the ones that sold during March 2022. Let's take a look at 1392 Bloor Street, Unit 3 as an example. It is a 2-bedroom plus 10 unit. As you can see, the square footage is between 1,000 and 1,199. The listing price was $799,000 and it sold for $1,058,500. If we assume the square footage is about 1,150, since we don't have the exact number, then it is approximately 920 per square foot. Let's take a look at some picture of this unit so that you can get some idea of what it looks like for some modernized condo townhouses in this area. Here's the exterior pictures. Here's a picture of the kitchen combined with the living room and dining room. The format is somewhat similar to that of a condo unit. The patio doors and windows are huge and draw tons of natural light. You can see how modern and new the units are. Here's a picture of the stairs going to the second floor. Here is a picture of the primary bedroom and huge windows and a very decent size. Here is the picture of the second bedroom and again, very good size and large windows. Here's a picture of the stairs going to the third floor where the den is. This is a good area for the home office or study room. It also has a huge windows. And at the other end, you can see the laundry room. Now let's take another example at 30 Turntable Unit 36. It is a 2-bedroom unit with 1 bathroom and it sold for $890,000. The square footage is between 900 and 999, and assuming it is about 950 square feet, then it is about 937 per square foot, which is pretty similar to the previous unit. Let's take a look at what the exteriors look like for this unit. As you can see, this is a ground level unit. You can tell that this is a smaller unit. Once you get inside the unit, you can see the kitchen combined with the dining area and the living room. Here's another look at the living room with its huge windows. Here's a look at the kitchen. Overall, it is a well-kept new unit that also looks like a condo. Here's a look upstairs. This is the primary room with a decent size and large windows. This is another look at the bedroom where you can see that it also includes a walk-in closet. Here's a look at the second room. Obviously, it is a smaller room, but you still have a decent size window. And this is another angle where you can see the door and also have a decent size built-in closet. Lastly, here's a look at the exterior of these condo townhouses, where many were built together but have a trendy and modernized look to them. Now that you know how these units look, let's go back to the list and go through some of the highest prices per square foot sold during the peak. For instance, 20 Foundry Unit 114 is a 2-bedroom unit with a den with 2 washrooms and was sold on March 3rd on the 2022 for $990,000. As per source, it is 855 square feet. The price per square foot is $1,158, which is one of the highest at the time. Now let's take a look at the average price for this condo townhouse in Dovercourt. As I mentioned before, these are from January 2022 to March 2022. There were a total of 23 sales and the average price was $1,034,480. The average days on the market were about 15 days. Let's remember this number and compare the average prices currently in late 2023. Here is the list of condo townhouses currently in the past 60 days at the time of recording of this video. This is quite shocking. The most recent sale was at 45 Foundry Unit 48. It is a 3-bedroom unit with 2 washrooms and has square footage between 1,000 and 1,199. It was sold for $775,000 in 14 days. Assuming the square footage is about 1,150, then it is $674 per square foot. If you compare to the first 2 units that we saw during the peak, they were selling about $900-ish per square foot, and there was a unit that sold at $1,158 compared to $674 per square foot. That is between -26% and a whopping -41% down. Let's take another average price at 57 Macaulay Avenue, Unit 203. This is an even bigger unit with 2 bedrooms and a den and 3 washrooms between 1,200 and 1,399 square feet. Actually, we do have the actual square footage for this unit at 1,377 square feet. It sold for $1,090,000, and that means it is about $792 per square foot, which is still far from 900-ish or above 1,000 per square foot. Let's take a look at the average prices for the condo townhouses in the past 60 days in 2023, and the average price is $964,714 with an average of 14 days with only 7 sales. As I was actively in this pocket working with a client, I can tell you there were many that have been terminated or suspended transactions. If we compare the average prices from the peak at $1,034,480 to $964,714, just down -6.74%. But obviously, we can't just rely on the average prices since there were few transactions to make it accurate. Just by comparing the examples earlier, it is easy to say that at least it had come down more than 20% from the condo townhouses in Dovercourt. Well, now you may ask me why someone would want to sell it in this environment when clearly the prices have dropped significantly. The truth is, there are many reasons and situations in which sellers would like to do this, and here is the reason why they would consider selling. All this time when they first bought the condo townhouse during the peak of 2022, they thought they would be able to maintain their lifestyle and a condo townhouse with 2 over 50-pound dogs. It is not because of lifestyle they wouldn't even consider selling and then buying a bigger home that can house the dogs with a bigger backyard. Hey, but if you are in this situation where you sell low but also buying low, isn't that the unique situation that could really benefit you in this high interest rate environment? In this case, the client is selling a lesser value asset for a freehold property, resulting in a larger discount. All of a sudden, that created their advantage, and only in this environment could they allow it. As for another example, here is what they were looking for, with criteria being a freehold property that has a bigger backyard so that the dogs can enjoy and value more or less of the home they would sell, and also in the vicinity of their current home in Dovercourt. Having said that, that means they need to purchase a home that is less than $800,000 and somehow fits the location and having the backyard. To be honest, not many locations can fit all this criteria, and in the end, Kilsdale Eglinton West was the target, and also the semi-detached home fit the price point. Let's take a look at this table. This is a full year data of all semi-detached homes in Kilsdale. It is sorted based on the most recent sale at the top. I know looking at it is a little bit overwhelming, but let me break it down for you and show you how to analyze it. In this area, we usually find two home sizes, either 2,000 to 2,500 square feet, semi-detached home, or between 700 and 1,500 square feet homes. Although the same size home is in this area, there were plenty of investors who rebuilt the homes, converted them to a bigger home that is closer to 2,500 square feet, and resold them for over 1 million. Let's pick one that sold over $1 million as an example. 453A Blackhorn Avenue was sold for $1,205,300 on May 4th of 2023, which was the peak of the year. Obviously, this home was rebuilt some time ago, and it is more or less about 2,000 square feet. Another example is 551 Silverthorne, which was sold for $1,570,000 on May 18 of 2023. And by looking at the pictures, you know that it was a rebuild and did a marvelous job. Let's take a look at some of the photos, and you can tell what kind of job has been done to earn this price tag. So what about homes that are under 1,500 square feet that have not been renovated or rebuilt? As an example, 167 Kane was a semi-detached home that didn't have many upgrades. It was sold for $849,000 on May 31st of 2023 during the peak. Let's take a look at some of the pictures to see how it looks. As you can see, if a similar house were to be sold presently, we could all expect to go lower. As a result, I helped my client get 173K with a similar house, which was the lowest on the same street for $770,000. If you want to see more detail about this transaction, you can take a look at this video that I made prior. Basically, I helped the client move from a condo townhouse to a freehold property for a similar price, and there is a far more flexibility to upgrade in the future if they want to increase the home value. In contrast, if it weren't for this market, this type of home would be easily over $900,000, and you will have to compete with more buyers. The advantage here is that they are working with far less mortgage, since they can transfer the mortgage from their old home to the newly acquired home, and therefore the interest wouldn't affect them that much. According to my present real estate situation, the Bank of Canada held the rate for 3 consecutive months. Although there are still chances to raise the interest rate, inflation is somewhat under control. There are already rumors that interest rate will be reduced in 2024. This could further benefit the client if this comes true, but regardless, they already had a significant discount. The moral of this story is that no matter what the market conditions, there will be some sellers who want to sell or purchase. There is no doubt that there are going to be far fewer transactions, but here is a reason why you would still want to sell or buy. I thought initially I could provide you with more cases in this video because I still have a handful of cases in my hand, and it would just be too long if I put it together in this video. Bottom line, even in this unfavorable high interest environment, there are still sellers who will consider selling and buying. If that resonates with you, don't hesitate to contact me, and maybe I could help you navigate through this volatile market. Alright, I don't want to make this video too long, so maybe I could share other story with you in another video, and along the way provide you with information on how many homes have come down so far in other pockets of the GTA. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.